You can also download these episodes on all the major streaming platforms like Apple, Spotify, and Google. And then also check us out on IG at chubbydiaries__ and on our website at chubbydiaries.com. Here we go. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Jenkins, and this is Chubby Diaries Presents Inspire 2021. We know that 2020 has been a crazy year. And so I had the idea like, hey, let's inspire, motivate, and encourage people into 2021. So I have to bring on some of my favorite people in all of the world. They are guests that are industry leaders. And so I really am excited to have this guest on today, Mr. Travis. And Travis, I don't want to get it wrong. How do you say your last name again?
Levius.
Levius. See, I was going to say Levius. So
like
we have the one and only
Legends.
Mr. Travis Levius on. And Travis is a freelance writer, editor, content creator, coach. After quitting his teaching job in Atlanta to pursue the unknown across the pond, he somehow stumbled upon a career that brought him to over 30 countries in all 7 continents, which is something I want to do one day. His writings have literally been in everything from Condé Nast to Lonely Planet to Travel and Leisure. The list goes on and on. And I am so excited to have him on today. Travis, thank you for being here. I know my community and what you have to talk about today is going to be great. And this episode is actually about travel writing. So welcome, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man.
I'm glad. So real quick for everybody, Travis, can you let everybody know where you're at right now?
So yes, I'm actually right now in Nairobi, Kenya. It's my first time here. I just finished a epic 10-day press trip around Kenya for a major safari with Mikado Safaris. Definitely a top 10 experience of my life. And yeah, I'm just here trying to now just decompress and just, take in all the amazing things that I've seen on safari.
Did y'all hear this? This man is in Kenya. And even when I asked him, he was like, hey, so that you know, I'm going to be in Kenya. So I was like, what? So it's so excited. I'm so excited to have you even all the way from Kenya. And what time is it there?
It's 12:04, midnight, yep. 12:04.
12:04. So y'all, as y'all can tell, Travis has a really cool life. And he has a really cool job traveling around the world. So we're going to hop right into it. Travis, how did you make the transition into travel writing?
It's a really weird, like slightly woo-woo story. So I didn't know travel writing was a thing. All I knew that when I was an assistant teacher in Atlanta, I just had 2 big dreams. One was to live in London, 2 was to travel the world. And just kind of put that energy out there and didn't know how it was going to transpire, but I just believed that I can do that. And then I just felt like my gut was telling me to do certain things, and they were very scary things, which was to quit my teaching job by the following year and just pick up and move to London and see what happens. And yeah, that's really frightening. But I've known life enough to know that when you follow your gut, good things can happen. And it taught me a lot about fear and having the courage in spite of fear. So I actually did take that leap with very little money. But I remember that same gut feeling before I took that leap, it said to start writing. So I'm like, okay. So I would look for writing opportunities. So I started getting paid for the first time with a photography company, looking for content. Then I started blogging a bit about London, and that led into an unpaid editor position. And then months later, after a really chance meeting with a PR person, after I understood like how media works, I told her my dream again. I want to travel the world, and she just said like, well, why don't you just start writing about travel? And I'm like, oh, and that just. It just took off for me because I was one of the editors for that website, just writing about London. But that website had a travel section, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Wow.
And that same year, it took me to Mozambique. It took me to Argentina, where I was working with a top chef, Edon Sanchez, who is like this, you know, superstar chef with cookbooks and James Beard Awards, and we over there like sipping Malbec and riding horseback in the Andes Mountains. And that just happened that like within a year of me taking that leap. So I just say as a travel writer, it felt like it found me, but I became that because I took the leap for my dreams.
That was all within a year of you doing that? That's crazy. So I didn't know none of this literally about you. And I'm so glad that you are sharing this because this is just incredible. And on that, like, were you actually like when you were teaching, were you actually like an English teacher? Was that what, I don't know.
Yeah, so I was an assistant teacher at a private school for children with learning disabilities like dyslexia, ADD. So I was, you know, helping with English, I was helping with algebra, I was helping with Spanish, though I didn't know too much Spanish. I was still learning ahead of the students.
Yeah.
But I also was very involved with, like, I even created a STEP team there and whatnot. And I love being there with the kids and kind of hearing about their dreams. But I knew that in order for me to be a better example of what it means to follow your dreams, I had to follow my own.
Wow. So I mean, I want everybody to hear this. The man didn't go to school for writing. Or did you? I don't know. Yeah. He didn't go to school for writing. And now this man is an award-winning writer. This man is in all the major publications on travel. And so I love the fact that he went after his dream. And even in going after his dream, he's now being recognized, but also being able to be in all of these publications, which people covet to be in. So congratulations to you. And just speaking of writing, the one thing that Travis is one of the only people that really gives me FOMO. This man is literally always somewhere, but not even that. It's like where he goes and what he does. So a part of it, we know that like a big part of you is like luxury travel, and that's like what you normally do. I see a lot of that. But why is that, Trinish? Like, what made you choose it? Like, expound.
Again, it was like it kind of chose me, but before I even knew I was going to be in the travel writing, I had dreams of luxury travel. So, you know, outside of me making $14 an hour as an assistant teacher, I would just dream and visualize me being a jet setter, of staying in villas, of going on private jets and, you know, going to Michelin star restaurants. It was all a dream. So what happened was I had just literally started my travel writing career after leaving London and starting in South Africa, writing for that website. And a friend of a friend put me in touch with someone that really understands Mozambique tourism.
Yeah.
And so I was just going to go to the capital, Maputo, and just cover the city. Really nothing luxury about it, just cover the city. I'm just happy to, you know, be able to do this on assignment. Then he asked me, hey, I actually know this, the people that run a 5-star all villa beach resort in a remote part of Mozambique. And, you know, they can fly you from Maputo via helicopter. Do you want to try that? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think that sounds good.
I don't want to do that.
And after that experience of being at like this $1,000 plus per night place and snorkeling with dolphins and having the best fresh prawns of my life and, you know, just living in a lap of luxury in the remote coast of Africa, I said, yeah, I think I found my niche now in travel.
So I love that because, and this is for our audience, is I'm guessing you like committed to it and said, this is what I'm going for. And then even in that, you figured out your niche. And then from that, I'm guessing you made goals or just been like, this is what I'm putting out into the universe. And this is what I'm going for. And boom, manifestation. Now you're just doing it all over the world now. Like, isn't that just like mind blowing? So that to me just encourages me. And I hope it encourages y'all that y'all can actually do the same thing. You just got to put your mind to it and got to work for it. I ain't saying it's not easy. But even with that, talking about easy, what are some of the mistakes or obstacles you've made along this journey?
Oh man, so many. I feel like the number one mistake I've made, or at least things I wish I had learned earlier, was knowing my worth. You know, writing for free, writing or doing things for exposure, instead of kind of just trusting that I have the talent that is worthy to be compensated for, and being willing to say no to good, and instead of, and as opposed to waiting for what's best. And that's when actually value me. So I wish I had known that a little bit more. I wish I was more savvy with finances, because for the last few years, I've just kind of been flying out of the seat of my pants. You know what I mean? Like just being comfortable. But I think I've been working now on a true wealth mindset, and, you know, just being better at money management, because it's hard when you're jumping from place to place, and you're a freelancer. You know, it's hard if you are always trading time for money. You have to gotta keep those wheels going. So I wish I just was a bit more entrepreneurial in the beginning to kind of stay on top of my finances. But thankfully, I've learned my lesson and I've pivoted.
So quick question, even on that, just talking about like you learned your lesson and stuff like that. Has that like what's the process of like, dang, I shouldn't have did that, like, or oh, I might need to figure this out a little bit more. Like, what's that process like? Do you, like, for me, I was like, man, why did I do that? And then I like beat myself up for it. I'm not saying that you do it, but like walk me through that process on how you've even been able to overcome some of these obstacles.
Sure. I'd say a really great, I mean, I do this for everything, whether it's problems or victories or just goal setting, but I love journaling. And so if I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, or I feel like I've you know, put myself in a bad place or whatnot, then I will journal it and say, well, how did I get here? And what can I learn from this? And how can I serve my way out of the situation? So that's been a few things that have helped me to kind of see, okay, well, I'm here now. What will I do differently so that I won't be in this situation again? So I think it's really about self-reflection.
No, I love that. Love that. I love the self-reflection. That's something that is on my goals for 2021. I'm hoping to start when I'm on vacation next week. But I really have to get into journaling. I'm hearing that so much stuff, you forget what you even wrote, and you can like read through it. And when I heard that, I was like, oh man, that'll just help me out, because I feel bad sometimes. I was like, I said that? That's something I did? So it's good to be able to journal. So with that, how can someone start doing what you do?
So, well, one, don't be intimidated. I feel like a lot of people are intimidated when they see other writers with, like, I guess, very impressive bylines or whatnot. Just be okay with starting small. And I think the best way to approach it is to first pick a niche. So when you read, if you're a big fan of travel writing, what kind of stuff do you read? Are you reading about spas? Are you reading about luxury? Are you reading more about like backpacker, outdoorsy stuff? Are you reading about golf, bridal stuff? Like, what tickles your fancy, and what do you think you'll be passionate about writing? And that should help you kind of figure out at least what your first you know, your first jump should be as far as travel writing. And then start a blog. So if you don't have a portfolio to show an editor, your blog is your portfolio. So, you know, be like Jeff, where it's like he has a blog, but it's, you know, he takes quality time to write good pieces. And if you write good pieces, you can show the editor that you've done your research, that you know what you're talking about, and you can string words together, and you know how to self-edit, that can actually be the way that you can get your first commission. And that can get you that first byline, and it goes up from there, and so on and so on. So definitely start a blog and pick a niche and start local. So you don't have to travel in order to be a travel writer, because people don't understand that if you're a local of, let's say, New York or Austin or San Francisco, people travel to those cities. So you can be that expert and that gateway to tell them where to go and what to do. So start local if you have issue kind of trying to figure out, like, if you need to travel to start. No, you can start right in your backyard as a travel writer.
Good. That's really good. And one thing that you also mentioned is that you also went and helped other people. So I've learned and this is something that my friend taught me maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years now actually, is that people need content. Like, so these businesses and other content creators, like asked if you can like, hey, can I write a couple of pieces for y'all? And I've done that myself. And we have Matt coming on in a little bit. But that was one thing I heard Matt say. He was like, man, I'm trying to be, if somebody asks me to be on their blog, I'm on their blog, because now that just adds to my repertoire, like you were saying. So do you just in your mind, like what made you think like, you know what, like since I am doing this, you need to make money too. But like what got you to just like reach out to these people? And like how did you do it? Maybe that was a good question.
As far as like publications?
You know how like you first talked about how you was like working for, like when you moved to London, you started working for and doing like work like that, like doing content, creating content for them. Was that was something that you did? So yeah, like how did you like meet those people and stuff like that? And what was your mindset in that time?
Gotcha. So I was lucky to just have a friend of a friend. So it's always good to have, so guys, tap into your network. You know, if you know writers, if you know people, you know, use those networks. So I had a friend of a friend that worked for that very company, and he knew that the content marketing wing was looking for writers. So he put me in touch with that editor, and that's how I started writing content for them.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and then after that, it was really just kind of just following my gut. So I didn't know where I was going to be I don't know why I felt the need to do Yelp reviews about food and drink in London, but I did. But I would use that and siphon what I wrote there for my blog about London food and drink. But just so turned out that because I built that for those last 2 months, I was able to apply for that London food and drink editor position for that same website that had the travel section that I would later start my career on.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And that was like those chess moves right there. I really do like that. That's really good. And so, okay, so it's almost time. The last two questions, these are the same two questions that I have been asking every single person that's come on. And so the first question is, what are you inspired to do, be, have in 2021?
I'm inspired to be my best self and to serve at the capacity that I know I can serve, which is more than I've done in the past. Yeah. And to provide value for people and to teach people how not to dream bigger, but how to dream better.
Ooh, that's a good one. What? No, that one just blew my mind. That was a good one. That was a good one. Talk about that just a little bit more. Expound on that just a little bit more.
So let me give you a taste. I think that a lot of people, I feel like there's three sides. I think there's people that are dead on in their journey. They know where they're going and they're on the right track. There's other people that are underselling themselves and are kind of flying under the radar of their potential of what they could be. And then there's other people that might have a big vision for themselves or big dreams, but it might not exactly be what is meant for them. You know, like, you know, I can say I love music, so I guess am I meant to be a singer? So I'm going to pursue singing because it's my passion, but maybe you're not meant to be a singer. Right. Maybe you're meant to be a producer, maybe you're meant to be a manager. So I want to help people to kind of dream more intuitively instead of by impulse or just by, you know, whatever they feel like their passion is, and kind of just surrender to whatever it is that's actually meant for them. And I think that's going to unlock a lot of happiness in a lot of people.
Oh my gosh, brother, that is so good. That's a bomb gem right there. Go ahead and hit some of those likes, guys. Hit those hearts. That is phenomenal. And so with the last thing, we want to go into 2021 inspire, motivated, encouraged. So my last question, like always, is words of encouragement. Like just encourage the people out there for 2021.
my model for 2021, because it's something I had to come into this year, and I'm just going to be more on that train for next year. I guess the word of encouragement for everyone is to own your dopeness. Don't second guess it. Don't shrink for other people. Own your gift, own your talent, because if you have the mind to share those talents to inspire other people to make the world a better place or make the industry a better place, then all that self-doubt or all those naysayers shouldn't really be in the equation. So own your dopeness and don't let anyone try to dim your light, because it's 2020. Well, it's about to be 2021. We ain't got time for that anymore.
No more. Travis, what? That was so good. Like, literally, I am in, like, just, my brain is just so just encouraged, and it just is bringing out this, like, confidence in myself as I even think to myself as you were saying it. I'm like, man, just own it. Just own who you are. And so that's for y'all, guys. Somebody mentioned on the comments, said Travis is over here preaching. Yes, he is. So, hey, Travis, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me on all platforms with the same handle, Mr. Levius, M-I-S-T-E-R. My last name is Levius, L-E-V-I-U-S, on Instagram, as you can see, as well as Twitter, Facebook, and also have a YouTube channel, which I will start finally try to be uploading regularly, because I have so much travel content as well as inspirational content. And yeah, hopefully you guys connect with me there, and I'll love to continue to connect with you guys too.
Well, I am so happy that you were on. Thank you so much again. And I'm still jealous. I'm very jealous. This man is in Nairobi, Kenya right now, having the time of his life while we're all in America. Oh, no, a lot of people aren't. Some people aren't. But still, I'm just at home.
And guess what? This is just a pit stop for me to go to South Africa starting Sunday, where I'll be based for the next 2-3 months.
Bro, I don't have time for your games, bro.
Sorry.
I don't have time for your games. What? Bro, literally somebody said goals. Yeah, these are goals for me. Yes, yes, Travis, it has been incredible. Thank you so much, brother. Go get some sleep. It's 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. where he's at right now. So thank you again. Oh, and Phil on. What's up,
hey, Phil?
in the building.
Another goat.
Hey, well, y'all, you enjoy yourselves. Thank y'all so much. Hey, y'all tune in. We have 2 more episodes. We have Nomadic Matt coming on today. Actually, in 35 minutes. He comes on at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. So definitely tune in. We're going to talk about the business of blogging. And y'all are incredible. See y'all soon. 2 more episodes, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.